Holy Gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ according to Mark. Glory to you, Lord Christ. Now, Jesus and the 12 disciples were in the town near the lake, a large crowd of people. There was a man who came to Jesus. This man, he was a leader in the town, the God. So he came, Jared came to Jesus. He kneeled down and begged him. He said, my daughter, very sad, please come, put your hand on my daughter, she will get well, please come, so that my daughter can live. Jesus walked with Jared and many people, many people walk. The women there, that women had serious bleeding problem. That women for 12 years, bleeding problem, couldn't stop the bleeding. But women went to doctor, couldn't solve the problem, the bleeding continued. The women paid doctor. Still, she was not getting better. Bleeding. It's getting worse. Her bleeding. She heard about Jesus. Jesus helped me, the women. So she went into the crowd. She saw Jesus. The women thought, if I touch clothes, Jesus, I will be lifted up well. So Jesus, women, touch clothes on Jesus. Suddenly, bleeding stopped. She felt inside her that she was healed. Jesus, he felt power, felt difference, power. So he turned around people and said, who touched my clothes? Who touched my clothes? Who? The 12 disciples. You see, so many people. And you ask, who touched you? Why? So many people. Jesus kept looking around. Who touched him? The women to realize what happened. So she came back. Jesus, suddenly, the women told Jesus, she knows that with me. Jesus told them, my daughter, your faith may do well. Go in your life in peace. Your problem healed. Finish. Kept on walking with the crowd and with Jared, the man, the leader of the town synagogue. Some people came, stood and worked for Jared. They told Jared that your daughter didn't die. Don't bother that man, Jesus. Don't bother him, Dad. Jesus that ignore what people told Jared. Jesus told Jared, don't be afraid. Believe. Don't believe. So they went to the house and told people there were only Jesus, Peter, James, and John. Peter, James, John. Jesus for them with Jared went into the house. And Jesus saw people in the house all crying, crazy. Jesus told people in the house, why are you all confused? Why are you crying? The child, daughter, not dead, just sleeping. The people put buns on Jesus. So Jesus pulled them out and went with the father, Jared. And Jared ran. They ran into the room where the girl would lie in the bed. Jesus had to lift her hand and said in Greek word, Talitha kum. That in Greek, that means what? Means, little girl, get up, get up. The girl got up, walking around, 12 years old. That happened, all the people, amazed. Jesus told them, go, give the girl some eat. This is the holy gospel of our Lord. Praise you, Lord Christ. In this story, this one, Jesus and the 12 disciples and many people all together. And right in the middle of that, there was one woman. Jesus stopped. He paused only for that woman. Paused just for her. Jesus wanted to recognize with this woman. Who are you? Jesus stopped and said, I want to know someone here. There's so many people. Imagine you go to a football game with so many people in the crowd, and someone says, who's over there? Who are you? There's so many people looking for the one person in the middle of that huge stadium. That's the feeling in this story. Jesus plucked up out so many people. One person, this person, who was this person that he stopped, pauses? Who was this woman? There's no name. We know the man's name before Jared. That's the man. We know his name. We know he's the leader. He's the leader in the synagogue at the time. We know about him. But the women, Jesus stopped them. Who are you? We don't know the name, but we can know about this woman. We know that this woman had a serious health problem. We know that because she had a serious health problem, her life is a struggle, continually to be struggling for her. Life is maybe painful because her health problem continues. We know that she probably broke, probably go to so many doctors because you have a serious health problem, like maybe cancer or a serious lower back pain, and go and try different medicine, and then broke. We know that common story about people spending their savings in the bank account because paid for their child serious leukemia or a rare health problem. We know that common story, just like this woman. She broke paid. We try different ways to stop this bleeding health problem. She's a woman. She had serious health illness. All those things back in Israel, Jesus' time, 2,000 years ago. Imagine that oppression, all those problems for the women. She probably was put aside. She was bleeding. She probably had few friends, maybe her family. It can't help her anymore. Help her. She's very frustrated, maybe lonely. Or women still struggling. She continually thinks the reason for her life. Still looking, still this woman during the time in her life she had a lot of serious problems, and that is severe oppression on that woman. Jesus, what did Jesus do? He stopped and he goes and he asked, why you? The woman was shy, maybe she was ashamed for years and years. She had been ashamed. She was ashamed to ask for more help. She was ashamed to have a serious bleeding problem. And she felt to approach Jesus. And Jesus didn't ignore her. Jesus didn't charge her. Pay me to heal you. 3, Jesus said, wow, you must struggle every day. You care about you. I recognize you. You want to ask God to help you. You have faith. Jesus died for this women. No name, oppressed, maybe outcast, maybe. Jesus died to recognize her. She is a woman, real human person. Jesus gives her feeling of healing, probably gave her a feeling of love. God cares about you. God gives love, gives that home. Now you can go in life. Jesus says to her, now you can live in peace. Go. Peace. The women have been oppressed for many years. I want you to think about women in general in the United States. We know from history, women have been